Oh.
So let's just put Tigger up here.
Is it possible to have 2 people buried in one plot?
Generally speaking, yes, as long as it's planned that way. So the first one has to be dug double depth in the same plot. In the old days they were side by side, but nowadays you buy one plot and you just dig it double depth. So the second person, when they're buried there, has still got room above them for the sufficient soil, usually 6 foot of soil, which is the old 6 foot under. So that means when you're burying the first person, they've got to be that extra depth down. So we'll call it double depth in most cemeteries. But you do have to plan that. You can't put one person in single depth and then later say, oh, now we want to put another one. So it does have to be planned.
Can you have more than 2 people?
Generally, no. Most cemeteries have a limit on that. But some of the old cemeteries used to have more than 2. Some of them went down 3 and 4 even. But it did depend a lot on the soil type. And again, in some of those old cemeteries, you'll see they could only go down 1 because the soil was no good. It was too wet or whatever. So they would bury them side by side. Some cultures require only single depth ever. So a lot of the Asian cultures, they have to have side by side. And most cemeteries will still allow that. But every cemetery has their own rules. So I can't put my hand on my heart and say yes always. You have to check with your own cemetery authority. I think probably the only other time you can put lots of deceased remains, if I can say that, in a plot is where you're actually not just talking about a body but ashes as well. So you might have a double plot, but you could also then add as many ashes as permissible by the council, which is usually quite a few. So ashes, yes, as many as you like, but burials usually 1, definitely double depth cemeteries 2, but usually that's the limit. And if you want to know more, go to the blogs on our website, kapitifunerals.co.nz/blogs.